What's up guys, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to tutorial 19. So by the name itself it is clear that I'm gonna develop and demonstrate one new WhatsApp bot, and the name of the bot is IPL 2020 scoreboard. So definitely it is going to give you some sort of score. But what is IPL and what is IPL 2020? So guys, this is the Indian Premier League. So right now the Indian Premier League is going on, guys. So those are not part of cricketing community or the countries. Those are not having any idea about cricket. They might skip this video. This is going to be very much kind of Indian video, because right now in India we are having this Indian Premier League is going on. This is the Indian Premier League, but again the matches are not actually being held on India. It is actually been played, all matches are being played in UAE, Dubai, Sharjah, those countries. But again, just because the cricket season started after 7 months, and this is going to be a very realistic use case, and I got sort of request that I should create some bot which will give live score update, live match update, full scoreboard update directly from your WhatsApp. So I thought of creating this tutorial. So initially I don't have any plan to create this sort of tutorial, because I already created the same sort of tutorial 4-5 months back to get the live update of coronavirus status for any country or any state. So this is going to be same tutorial, but again many of my students are actually requesting me to create this tutorial. For them only I'm going to create this tutorial. So again, those are not familiar with cricket or doesn't know anything about cricket, maybe some countries in Europe or any other countries, for them maybe these tutorials are not relevant. I'm sorry for that. But again, just because I'm from India, I'm Indian, and cricket is kind of our religion. We actually follow cricket very much, so that is why I think I should create this tutorial. So let's start the tutorial. So what is going to happen? So first of all, there are a few prerequisites. So those are all already following my channel or our course for last 2-3 months on this WhatsApp bot. They already know what are the prerequisites. This is the list. So we need Twilio account, we need ngrok, we need MongoDB or Atlas, and one more extra thing, we need to install this Python library called CrickBuzz. So crickbuzz.com is a website which actually gives you live score updates. So they also have a Python module, so it's kind of working as an API, so where you can get all this data. So I'm not going to discuss or do some sort of theoretical concept in this slide, so rather than I'll be going to do everything from the course. But one more thing I just want to make sure, guys, I haven't done this tutorial, I haven't prepared for this thing actually, because I actually got so many requests yesterday night and I didn't get much time to prepare. So I'll be going to do it live, and probably I'll be getting so many errors and fix everything then and there. So this video length will be a bit longer, so I'm sorry for that. And again, this is the high level data flow diagram or architecture. So we have our user phone is going to send message to the Twilio sandbox means the number, okay, and from there it will be going to check the code means the application which you have written, that is in our local machine right now, and from there it is going to do some operation back and forth in the DB, and from there again the response will come to the user phone. So this is the high level workflow. I have done this explanation many times in our earlier videos. If someone is new to this course or tutorial, or maybe for this video, please go ahead and watch from the beginning. I think this is tutorial number 19, so before that we have 18 tutorial. Okay, so next thing is that the scenario, get live score, complete score board, and match information from WhatsApp. So what will happen, for example, you will have one number, in that number you will type hi, it will give you the menu, and from the menu you have to select any of the given option. Based on your selected option, it will give you score or full scoreboard or the match details. That is what it is meant for. Okay, so let's start writing the code. So before I start writing the code, so I've already installed CrickBuzz. I'm not going to do all this thing, you guys can do it. So it is going to be very simple, pip install CrickBuzz. Okay, so first thing first, let me just open my Jupyter notebook so I can show you guys what actually I'm trying to do over here. So just hold on, let me open a new window. Let me like this, let me just, I don't need this part over here. So this is my WhatsApp. So what I'll do, let me open documents, then GitHub, then I have created a repository, and let me open this thing. Okay, so it should be from by CrickBuzz import ClickBuzz. Okay, right? So if you are already installed ClickBuzz, you will not get any error, but if you don't install, probably will get error something like that, ClickBuzz module not found. So let's do something like that. So like this, and after that matches equals to c dot matches. So it will give you all the ongoing matches, or the match which actually finished within 24 hours. Okay, so if you do something like this, see, this will give you, so this is the match ID, this is the Indian Premier League, so this will give you all things. Now I want only the IPL matches. So if you see here, there are many matches are going on. Let me just check you how many matches are there. See, there is another match is going on, Bob Wills Trophy, but I'm not interested for that. I'm only interested for Indian Premier League matches. So for that we need to do some sort of modification, sorry, not modification, some sort of like for looping. So for match in matches, okay, right, then you have to write one if condition. So if match, and I need this attribute, right? So like this, and equals to like this, and this is going to be Indian Premier League. And if you see, there are some matches which are maybe not started actually, those also will come. So I need the matches where status is not equals to what do you say, not status is not equals to like what is that, yeah, match state is not equals to preview means the match which is upcoming, not started yet, but I need the matches which is already started. So for that probably I can write like match state, so it should be match, then like this, and why I'm saying preview, cause it means it is already finished. Means already finished, okay, and which is not started yet, for them it will come preview. So why I know this thing, cause I already gone through their documentation, so that is why I know this thing. Okay, so preview. Okay, so now what you have to do, I have to just use a not. Okay, so it will be like this, and I have to put a not over here. Okay, and like this, then print. So it will give you the match which is currently being played, and this is a part of Indian Premier League. Okay, so see, today we have a match between Indian Premier League match. It's the 9th match, and it is played in United Arab Emirates, Sharjah, and it is played between Rajasthan Royals and the other team name is Kings 11 Punjab. Okay, so it is between Rajasthan Royals and like Kings 11 Punjab. These matches are currently being played. How I know this thing? If you see here, the team 2 is Kings 11 Punjab, and there's a team 1. Team 1 is Rajasthan Royals. And what is the current status of this match? Sharjah toss status, Rajasthan RR opt to ball. So if someone is already familiar with cricket, for them it will be easy to understand why I know RR means Rajasthan Royals. Guys, if you are following IPL, this will be bread and butter for you. I'm not going to explain all these things. I'm hoping that those are part of Indian Premier League, or following cricket or supporting IPL, those are only able to understand this thing. I know I will not get much viewers, but again, just for my students, I'm doing this thing. Okay, so okay, fine, cool. So we got something. Now what I will do, I'll try to try to simulate this same thing within the kind of Python code, not from Jupyter Notebook, kind of a Flux kind of a coding. Okay, so let's start writing the code. Okay, so I have a Jupyter Notebook, I have a Visual Studio code open here. So let's think first import CSV. Okay, why I need CSV? Because I have my credential for MongoDBs are here, so that is and this is my MongoDB credential if you see. Okay, why I need MongoDB? I'll be going to check whether the user is sending the message for the first time or not. Okay, so that is why I'm just giving this thing. So don't worry, I'll change this password after some time. So by mistake I just opened this thing. Then next thing is that from PyMongo import, I believe it will be Mongo client, but where is the Mongo client? Mongo client here. Then from Flask import Flask, then Twilio, from Twilio messaging response import messaging response. What else we need? I'm not sure what else we need. Well, yeah, we need URL lib, we need URL lib, and also we need ClickBus. So it will be PyClickBus import ClickBus. So that's it. All our required libraries or packages are there. So first thing we will read from this thing with open, then dot as f1 this data equals to csv dot reader delimiter equals to this or row then id row 1. So I'm just reading the user ID and password from the CSV file just to establish the connectivity with the database. Okay, so let's run this thing. No, I don't need to run this thing. So what I'll do, I'll just try to like establish the connectivity now. So this should be let's create a client object. So it should be client equals to like this. What happened? So it should be Mongo client, and inside that I have to write my query. Okay, so let's run this thing. So first of all, let me go to MongoDB. See, we'll get the connection string from there. So I already have an account, so I have to click over here. Right, then let me select my user ID. Okay, let me select my password. So this is done. Some notification for Neo4j. Okay, okay, next thing is that the connection. If I click on connect and let me check your application, here it is Python this, so I have to copy this thing, and what I'll do, I will try to put everything over here. So I have to change this thing from here, db name and other things. So let's check this thing. So in our case it will be up to this, then plus, right, and here it will be again a plus, and from there it will be like this. Okay, and this Ronnie Das will be replaced with this thing. Let me change this thing. This will be replaced with ID. Okay, and this password also will be replaced. I'm just thinking ID is here. After ID I have to click this and this, then probably like this, then this, then I have to change it URL lib dot parse dot code, and inside that I'll be going to put my password. So it should be pwd like this, like this, and after that I have to again use something like this. So until this point everything is clear. Now I need to change the DB name. So I'll explain you guys what I did in the MongoDB. So if you go in my MongoDB, so let's go back to my collection. So you guys also can follow the same thing, but again I'll be going to like do this parts very fast, because I already did this and explained this thing many times in my earlier videos. Okay, so if someone is new, just go back and start from the beginning. There everything was. So I have created one database, and inside a database I have a collection. So IPL 2020 is a database name, and this is also collection name, and inside a collection probably I'll have one document. So number and status, these are the things. So let me delete this thing. Okay, so what will happen in my case, my database name is IPL 2020. Okay, that's it, done. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just I just establish the connection. So now I'll create the collection object. Okay, so first of all let me create or connect to the database. So client dot, it will be IPL 2020, and collection will be like db dot IPL 2020. This is how you can connect to your MongoDB. That's it. So let's run this thing. If there is no error, like if everything is fine, there should not be any error. Okay, so let's run this thing. So Control C, like this. So let me change it to IPL 2020.py. Daily liter, it should be daily meter. So I always do typos, it's normal. Okay, so there is no error, so it means everything is fine. So now what I'll do, I'll just try to start the actual coding now. Okay, it means the Flask part now. So it should be let's do so let's give a name, appbot equals to Flask, and it should be underscore like the way we declare the Flask application. Okay, so like this. Okay, and once you create the name, you have to create a decorator, right? So it should be appbot dot, and how you are going to create route. So it should be like this, and it should be SMS, means this, or maybe I'm just thinking what should it be. Yeah, SMS is fine. And after that you can write methods, and it should be like this. Okay, so it should be get. That's it. Okay, so now I'll be going to create a function, define a function. So maybe we can give a name of reply. So def reply, like this, and everything will be start from here. So first of all, num equals to, so this will num, so it should be I forgot one thing, there will be something called request. So Flask is something called request. So it should be request dot form dot get, and it should be from. So it means from where actually the SMS is coming. And after that what I'll do, I'll just try to print this thing just to check if everything is working fine or not. Okay, and once everything is done, I'll be just going to return something. Okay, so let's return, let's say okay, right? And let's create a if underscore underscore name underscore underscore equals to main, then app bot dot run, like this. So it means if I am running everything from the main function of the main method, it is going to run. Okay. And you can write port equals to 5000. Okay, so let's do this thing. Let's done. So everything is running, and my ngrok, where is my ngrok? I forgot. Where is my ngrok? Yes, in my ngrok is actually running on this port, and the same IP address. Just remember this thing, the same host name is actually not here. Just check. I have already given the same host name inside my Twilio console, so I'll explain you guys. So this will be really interesting for all of you. Those are actually watching this for the first time. For them maybe it is going to be a bit difficult, but if you are following my course for last 2-3 months, it will be easier for you, because I have explained all this thing in my last tutorials. Okay, so it is asking me for verify the spiral galaxy, maybe this one, maybe spiral galaxy, maybe this one. So done, everything is done. Okay, so I will be going to see my sandbox. I'll show you guys. See, the sandbox is this 1.3, it ends with 1.3. So if I just thinking, where is my just minimize this thing. Where is my this thing? No, this is not the one, 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 this is also not the one. Where is my this thing? Let's minimize. Okay, so 1.3 is this one. If you see, I have already given the same thing in Twilio console. So let's run something and we'll see. So let's write hi. Okay, so see, I got my phone number over here. See, this is my number, and in return actually it is returning something, but just because I am not printing anything, so you will not get. Okay, but it is fine. I'm getting my number over here. Okay, so now it should check whether the user is sending a message to this bot for the first time or not. We'll be going to check that. Okay, so all our like initial setups are completed. Okay, so now we'll be going to do the remaining part now. Okay, so number is this, but I need to replace this part, so it should be dot replace. It should be WhatsApp colon, like this. Okay, so my number got replaced now. Okay, so everything is fine. So now we'll check the message body. So message body is actually text. Message text is actually the same thing, but it will be body. Okay, so let's copy this thing, and it should be okay. So I got the message body as well. So now next thing is that I'll be going to check whether I have this number or not. So it should be X, and I'll be going to find this in the collection. So X equals to collection dot find one, and it should be like this, and it should be like this, and I will be going to find for this thing. So should be number is going to be this num. Okay, So I'll be going to search for this thing. Okay, so and then why try, because I'll be going to find the status equals to x dot status variable, right? Okay, if there is any error, then what I'll do, I'll just pass this thing, means this is for the first time. Okay, so that is why. Okay, and so once this is done, we'll try to check what is the value of this x. Okay, so it should start from here. So it should be if bool of x equals to false, means there is no such thing. Okay, so let me just write this thing. False means Python it is going to be like this. It means it's a first time user. Then what we'll do, we'll just try to insert this number into the database. Okay, so it should be collection dot insert 1, like this, number like this. It should be num, and next entry should be status. Should be status, and the status will be fast. Okay, and we'll be going to send a message to the user. Okay, so it should be msg equals to messaging response, should be like this. Then resp equals to msg dot message, means I'll be going to add some message over here. Okay, so it should be like this. Hello, myself T2 from Total Technology, means myself Tuti from Total Technology, T2 from Abort for knowing live score updates for IPL matches. Okay, so then we'll write please follow the below option. Please follow the below option, or select please read and select from the below option. Please read and select from the below options. Okay, and after that, again now we'll write like this. Enter 1 for live score to get live score for an ongoing match. Same thing for 2. So there will be some menus, so I'll be going to enter those things. So press 2 to get full scoreboard updates for an ongoing match, and last thing will be option 3. So there will be total 3 menu to get complete match information for an ongoing match. and after that I think I can write like match. It should be like this, and after that let me just, okay, so all done. So this is done, this is done, this is done. So now I have to just return this thing. So what will happen whenever a user is sending something, it will be able to get this thing. So enter. So it should be done. It should be str msg. That's it. So what will happen now, if there is no entry in the database, it will welcome you, hello and welcome, hello and welcome. Okay, but if the number is already existing, then it will not get anything, you will not get anything. So we'll check this thing now. Okay, so let me open my MongoDB console. So in MongoDB, let me just refresh this thing. So right now I have nothing. So once I enter something, that number will be added over here. Why that number will be added here? Because here actually I have written insert one, and after inserting it is also going to display this message. Okay, means return this message, and you will be able to read this from your WhatsApp. Okay, so let's try this thing. Okay, not this one, not this one, not this one, this one. So let's write hi. So I have written hi, but I haven't got anything. Why? Because after executing this thing, I did not run this thing, so new code has not been updated. So it should be like this. Okay, and after that let me just write hi. If I write hi, so see, I got something over here. Hello, welcome, myself T2 from Total Technology, a bot for knowing live source address for IPL matches. Please read and select from below. And if you see 1 2 3, these are bold. Why bold? I have using this asterisk sign or star sign, so that is why. Okay, so just hold on, just hold, yes. So like this, and now what will happen, I'll be going to show you guys from the from here. So here one entry will be created for my number. Okay, now if you see status first, means I am sending the message for the first time. Okay, now if I run this thing again, send this message again, nothing will happen, because I have only selected this thing for this. Now I am getting error. Why I am getting error? Because for the else condition I have no return, so that is why I am getting an error. Okay, so what will happen, once everything is done, you have to create a return statement for your else condition as well. Okay, so that is always expected to use some sort of else statement, or else this is really going to be difficult. Okay, so let's else, it should be return, and I will write str like okay, okay, like this. And let's run this thing again from here. Fine, now there is no error. So now what I'll do, I'll just try to do the one step further. So now my record is created, and now I'm asking the user to select anything from 1 to 3. How to do that? Okay, so now the next part. So if user is first time, this is how it is going to be work. Now if user is not first timer, then what will be the thing? Okay, so now we have to check that. So if else, and inside the else I have to write one statement called if. Okay, in if I'll be going to check the status, and status will come from here, right? In this variable I have the status, so I will check if status is equals to first or not. If status is first, it means user got this prompt to enter something, right? So again msg equals to the same thing, this, right? Okay, and then we'll be going to do few more operation. Okay, so within the if there will be one more if condition, so we'll be going to check what option. See here user is having few options. Now what I have to write, I have to 1, either 2 or 3 I have to write. So based on my message it should check. So here what we'll do, I will be write msg underscore text equals to 1. If this is going to be 1, then probably resp equals to msg dot message. Let's see, you have, I'm just writing this dummy option. 1 means ideally it should tell you the score option, but now I am not going to do that because I'm just going to structure the menu first, then I will be going to write the code. We have selected option 1. Okay, and after that you can just return str msg, right? So same thing for 2 and 3, right? So it should be elif and like this, and like this. So many menu driven options are now been tackled, so hopefully this should work like this. And let me just remove this thing, this if else statement is not anywhere. So if I select one, it should write this should write this as this. So now what I'll do, I'll just Control C, execute this thing. Now let me remove everything from the MongoDB once more, so that I want to just do the full testing. Okay, so right now everything is being deleted. So now do the testing again. Hi, so if I write hi, it should write this thing. Okay, fine. So now what I'll do, I'll just try to enter 1. Let's see what it is actually going to write. 1. You have selected one option. Why this is selecting one option? Because my status, like I have written, it will go and check the status and the message text 1. If this both matches, then it will write you have selected option 1. Now if I select 2, it will say you have selected option 2. See, if I now the funny thing is that if I enter 4, it will not going to print anything, rather than it will throw an error in the your Jupyter in your Visual Studio console, cause for 1 to 3 we have something written, but 4 for apart from anything else we haven't like handled this thing, so this will throw an error. So that is a new learning. See, nothing will return, but you will get an error because there is no such thing. Means for else condition we have to do something, so it should be else for else actually I want this message. Actually I want this message for else actually, because I'm asking the user to enter again, because maybe he is not able to understand what is happening. Fine, hello and welcome. So I don't think this line is required. So rather than, what we'll do, sorry, you have selected, you have entered, sorry, we have entered invalid option. Okay, so let's execute this thing, run. Okay, so let's try one. I got this thing. 2 means you have selected 2, 3 mean you have selected 3, then right let's 10. Cool. So whatever we are trying to achieve, we achieved actually. Okay, so menu building activities going on now. For this tutorial, sake of understanding, for live score update, I'll be going to just write down the raw JSON, and in the next tutorial onwards we'll be going to parse this thing, because the tutorial length will be a bit higher. Or okay, so now for this thing, it is actually the right time to check what are the different matches are going on. Okay, so let me open from MongoDB console. So it will check this thing, and if it is find anything, so it will display the match ID. Okay, from here. Okay, so let me print match. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let me just create match underscore data is a blank something. So match underscore data dot append. Maybe there could be more than one matches, so that is why I don't want to take a risk, so I'm just doing this thing. Okay, now match data, this thing. So what we'll do next will be if length of match data equals to 1, length 1, then match underscore ID is going to be I'm just thinking, this is a list actually. So the in the list we have only one item, so I'm just thinking, so it should be match ID equals to match underscore data, and it should be ID. Okay, list indices must be integer not string, match data. So okay, it should be something like this and this. So match ID is this. So I got the match ID. So if you got the match ID, you can easily get the match information. So it should be c dot live score, and inside that we'll check now what is required. Probably the match ID is required. So yeah, it is required MID. MID means match ID. So I just did some research with this library, so that is I know. So it should be the match ID. Okay, like this. So this is the live scoreboard. Batting team is Kings 11 Punjab and bowling team is Rajasthan Royals. So I just want to if you want to just display this thing, you can just display this thing. So maybe maybe you can live score equals to this. Let's try this thing. Type of live score is dictionary. So now what you have to do, you have to just parse this thing into string. Okay, so it should be just hold on. So how to parse JSON into string, so that is also very interesting. So you can easily easily do it in Python. So you have to just encode this thing, nothing else. Okay, so just hold on. Maybe import JSON, and after that live score equals to JSON dot dumps live score. So maybe after that, if you see, I got this thing. So just I want to display the same thing in my browser window. So what will happen now? So let's run everything from here actually. So let me so it should be like this. Okay, then like this. Okay, and just remember, means everything must be completed within what do you say, like within 15-second time, or else this is not going to work. Okay, once this is done, I have to come back, come out of the for loop, and I have to get the match ID. Actually here, once I get the match ID, then only I'll be able to generate the data. So once match ID is here, then I have to just use the simple tricks. Then like this, like this, and it should be live score, and I have to just use JSON. Okay, so let's try this thing for the option 1. Let's see whether we are able to get something like, so let's type 1. So something is happening and I got the result. See, so for this tutorial I'll be just going to only display the raw JSON. In the next tutorial we'll be going to parse this thing and we'll make it something realistic and beautiful. Okay, so next thing is that the full scoreboard. How to get the full scoreboard? Same thing, this is for live score. So for full score, so maybe full score is going to be C dot scoreboard, and it should be like this. Okay, then full score equals to JSON dot dumps full score, maybe. So see, this is the full scoreboard, right? 9.3 over, 108 run, Kings 11 Punjab innings. Who is playing right now? If you see here, batting card name Rahul. Rahul is playing on 35 runs, 27 ball, 4 fours. And another side, Mayank Agarwal is playing, and he is playing 68 runs and 31 balls. He is playing superbly for 5 4 6 sixes. So that's a amazing match is going on. So let's change this thing now. So For option 1 we did our thing. For option 2 we can do something. So match ID. So what I'll do, I just make this thing dynamic, not this thing. Right, and same thing. Yep. So from here just copy this thing and just paste. Okay, so we'll be going to write full score, and it should be scoreboard. So it should be scoreboard, and then full score, and here also it will be full score, and here also it will be full score. So we'll check now both of the things. Okay, no error. So let me go here. So first type 1, let's see. Okay, I got everything. Now I'll type 2. So I'll be, this is going to this is giving me the live score, means the very small part of the score, means the current activities, and if I press 2 it will give you the complete scoreboard. Okay, so let's check this thing. This is not able to generate the thing. I'm not sure why. Maybe some error. Yes, no attribute scorecard. So it should be scorecard. So that is why the error. So I always do typos. This is normal. Okay. So let's type 1. 1 is going to give me the live score, and 2 is going to give me the full scoreboard. So let's see whether I'll be able to. Yes, everything is fine. If you click read more, everything is fine. So now the last thing is the match info, right? So info is going to be c dot match info, and probably I can write the same thing. The full match info is coming. Okay, that's it. Okay, so just remember this thing. So what we will do, we'll just copy this thing. Okay, and we'll change the whole thing over here. Right, so it should be info, and it should be info, and it should be match info. So info is match info, and after that I'm just going to replace this thing with this. Fine, everything is fine. So our code is completed. So for this tutorial I am just going to display the raw JSON data, and from next tutorial onward we'll be going to beautify everything. Okay, so all done. So let's put 1. Nothing new. 2 is also nothing new. The full scoreboard will be coming. The huge data came. Now 3 will be going to give you the match information. 3. See, this is this Premier League, match number, type, match state in progress, status, RR up to ball, venue Sharjah. So many different things are coming, including the full team. So these are very like nice information. Hopefully you guys will be able to understand. So that's it, guys. Probably just try to, once I complete this tutorial, I'll highly recommend you guys to do some sort of practice and try to update your system with all this menu driven like approaches and until this part. So in the next tutorial onward, we'll be going to beautify the JSON data, and we'll try to like give you some way so that only the actual data or the important data should be displayed, not the whole data. Because right now if you see here, this what it is actually Just this doesn't look nice, though these are the data, raw data. So we'll try to do some analysis and we'll come up with the realistic data. Realistic means in terms of look and feel. Okay. So that's it. I will upload the source code as well. I'll try to upload the the PowerPoint slide, but that doesn't matter. Main thing is the coding. I hope you guys are understand, and also the bot is live. You guys can use it. The number is, let me check this thing. This is the bot number. Just try to join the bot using join then space evening slow, and after that you will be able to get connected with the bot. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial, but this is not the end of this tutorial. The next tutorial will be more exciting, and we'll be do some more operation, or also we'll do some customization with respect to access right. Okay, so that no one should abuse the bot. But for today's tutorial, I think this is enough, and hopefully you guys will get some idea and will have fun with the bot. Okay, so that's it guys. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a nice day.